I do think it's time to proclaim myself as the president of the Passport Sis group, though. For those of you who are single and are looking, it's never too late to look outside of the borders. And you know what? If the guys can have their little passport bros movement, then hey, it's time for y'all to jump on. This is a PSA for all of my fellow American women who are dating or considering marrying an African man. When you get married, if you change your name, just know that people are about to butcher that thing. They're about to butcher it. Okay, I have to deal all day with people mispronouncing my new last name. And it's not even that hard, but somehow nobody can say the name. It's not hard. Like, sound it out. It's it's easy.
Black men, I'm not afraid to admit that I need y'all. Like, I need y'all the way I need oxygen.
I definitely think I'm going to get engaged this year, and we have 6 months left, and I don't even have a boyfriend, so bye.
When you finish, I will give it to you.
But I don't have men. I don't have men.
You like girls.
No, oh, no, I'm not lesbian. I say I'm single.
You are single. So I should pray for you.
Yes.
Then you have from here.
Yes.
They will come about 10, so you choose one.
Oh man, she's in Africa looking for men, and the lady she's talking to is telling her that she's going to pray for her so that men can come and take her. Good luck with that.
So, I know a lot of people are not going to like when I say this, but it needs to be addressed here around TikTok. I'm sorry, you guys, early in the morning. But when you guys are going to Africa, getting these African men that do not have children, please make sure you know what you're doing. Because in the African culture, having children is a requirement. It's not even a decision that you have that you can make for your significant other, or he can make for himself. Some African men who don't have children, they're eventually, if not now, later on down the line, they're going to want children. That's just what it is. I see a lot of people and a lot of women, I hear a lot of women say, oh, it's not a requirement, we can adopt and whatever have you. And that's your prerogative if you want to believe that. But you definitely have to have a plan in place if you are not able to bear children, because having a child by an African man is a requirement. Is not something that you have a choice with, especially if he doesn't have children. Now, if he has kids, it's a different story. But if he does not have kids and he's of age to have children, and you know that you cannot bear children, please have a plan in place to make sure that man has a child. If not, and I see a lot of times that when African men do make it here to United States of America, they then start seeking other options of or going other directions, because in life we all want children. Okay, we all want children in life. So to all my women out there who are in LDR relationships, it's a very sensitive subject about having children. So I won't, really elaborate on the subject too much. But if you are a woman and you know you cannot have children, please know that having a child to an African man is a must. It's a requirement, especially if he does not have children. Now, if he does have children, then maybe, you could probably overlook it and get away with it. But if he does not have children, please don't be selfish and not want that man to have a child. Have a plan in place for when this topic comes up, to when you get him in the United States of America. Because just because it's not an issue right now, I promise you it will be an issue moving forward in the future. So my ladies, my beautiful LDR ladies, just make sure you have a plan in place. So this woman here, she actually left a comment on one of my posts about her being concerned about being accepted in Eastern Europe. Her boyfriend is Montenegrin, from Montenegro in Eastern Europe, in the Balkans, and she's very concerned if her being a Black woman is going to be accepted, or her being part of an interracial couple with him be accepted when they decide to actually move back to Eastern Europe. So I'll say this, I have interracially dated as a Black woman since my late teens. Like, as soon as I realized like I had options and I put away all like the negative bull crap about don't nobody want you, blah, 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 you know, all the noise that people in our community tell us to keep us trapped in the box and keep us trapped in the community. Once I shut all that noise down and I just started expanding my dating options from there. So I have dated interracially in the States, primarily non-Black men of color, but I've dated the gamut outside of my Afro-American ethnic group. With that being said, I honestly feel like the easiest times I've had dating interracially as a Black woman has been in Europe, ironically, right? I think as Black Americans, we kind of hold a lot of generational trauma when it comes to Europeans. So there is this stigma that Europeans are going to be like their colonial ancestors, if that's the right term. And what I found is like Europeans in general, okay, and I'm speaking generally, are usually very open-minded and try to be aware of what's going on in the world, and they try to be accepting as much as possible. So for me, as a Black woman living in Europe, first and foremost, I'm woman first. People do obviously recognize I'm a Black woman, but I'm woman first. When a man approaches you, when a European man, a white European man approaches you, it's usually like, wow, you're just a really beautiful woman. They really want to get to know you as a person. They're really, you know, into who you are. And yes, maybe being Black might be an allure, but I find that overall, it's not just me being fetishized. Like, they really want to get to know me. And last year, I was actually engaged to a Turkish man. And true to my overall experience, like his family and even him, they never ever once said anything about me being Black, ever. In fact, nobody did. There was never that awkward moment of like, well, will your family accept me being Black, blah, blah, blah. None of that. They were just totally accepting. Nobody cared, and they were actually happy.
I'm curious, what happened to the engagement? You called it off or you called it off? You're telling us an unfinished story. So for the women, I know this channel, or most of the videos we've covered much have been about passport bros. And now, like, this is the first time I'm like having women up here talking about their experiences going out outside but it's still the West. I mean, it's in Europe, so outside the US, but still like going to Europe. She's found some success. She's saying that people can find some success there for relationships, but otherwise, these other continents like Africa, Asia, mostly for African men, I don't think that maybe a relationship would work out between women from the West and also the African men, given that African guys are more traditional. Same with Asian guys, they're more traditional. So for a non-traditional woman, she has to do certain things that these men require that their women do. So I don't think that these women can will be able to do that or to be able to accommodate that. And for the men, most of them, they don't compromise. So there isn't much room for compromising to say, oh, ABC. You know, it's traditions. Good luck with that. Good luck going to Asia and Africa and Europe. Good luck with that.
Moving somewhere for them is already going to put them at a disadvantage. And I'm sometimes so afraid to share content about me and my husband because all these women are always like, I'm moving to France, you know, or like, you know, and I'm like, no, that's dangerous. Don't do that. If you want to move to France for yourself or wherever, and you have the privilege and the means to do so, and it is not to find a man either, go for it.
Guys, thanks for watching and subscribe to the channel. I'm Benzo. I'll see you in the next one.